What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $11,530. And I want to get in on the 1 hour time frame. I think the 1 hour time frame is extremely important to be looking at patterns, and that's what I want to do with you today. We're going to get into the potential double top that we have right now. We're going to look at some key support areas that I'm looking at, and I typically like to do my entries on the 1 hour time frame and really look at these patterns. So that's why I wanted to look at it with you today. So if you get some from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, and we'll dig into this. So the main thing I'm looking at right now on the 1 hour time frame, this yellow trend line is what I want to hold. This is going to continue to put in our higher lows, which is going to be important, because if we can continue to put in higher lows, and we do have this double top that we have up in this area right here, this could actually turn into basically like an ascending triangle to where we potentially could pop out of the top. But what we do need to realize right now, we have basically had a double top right here around that, we'll call it $11,900 right in that area. And then we pushed up again here, and it was on a little bit weaker volume, and we had a bit of a dumpling top. We basically just rolled over, if you can take a look at this here. And now what's happening is the moving averages are starting to act as overhead resistance on us. You can see we're not holding them as support anymore, so that's why it's so important for us to hold this yellow trend line and put in this higher low right here, so that maybe we can work back up in this area and get over top of that $11,900, which is going to be a critical area for us to get back over top, so we can start challenging the area we wicked up to previously at $12,140. These support and resistance areas are really going to play a key factor for you guys. Even when we had the flash crash, the area that I was looking at, and I haven't changed this chart here, $10,562 right there. Take a look. We wicked down maybe $1 or two below that, because that was the resistance area. And that's typically what happens when you break out through. You want to back test that, find support off it, have buyers at that area, and then you continue to move up. But what we needed was more volume, in my opinion, to get up over top of the area that we're at. So that's why we may have to bounce in this channel a little bit longer. And we have had heavy volume to the downside, some heavy selling to the downside there. So you do need to be aware of that. Our RSI is down around 30 though. So this would be an area potentially where we could get that bounce and start challenging higher levels up around that 11,900. Momentum still, we're having lower highs on our momentum right here. You could even draw a trend line on that. If we get into trading view and we look at some of the indicators, I want to point some of these out to us. So right now we're going to start with the oscillators. We have a 0 sell, we have a 9 neutral, and a 2 buy. Overall summary, 2 sell, 10 neutral, and a 16 buy. And moving averages, 2 sell, 1 neutral, and a 14 buy. And the reason for that is because on the 1 day time frame, if we bounce out to the 1 day here, just to show you, we're still up above our 15 moving average. We're up above our 30. We're up above our 60. So a lot of our long-term moving averages, we are up above. But what I want you to be aware of here, we're having a bit of a tweezer top right in this area here. And this is after the previous wick that we had around 12,140. So you do want to be aware of that. I wouldn't be shocked at all to bounce back and test this 15 moving average again if we do drop through that yellow trend line on the 1 hour time frame. And that's going to put us back around $11,000. Then it'd be back to that 10,562. You know, guys, the RSI got very extreme, and we had a long wick up here. RSI made it to about 88. So that's where, remember, we talked about those 90s. Typically, if you get to 90s, that's when people start taking their profits. And that's what I've learned in the crypto space. You know, you read about it in all the books, the RSI, they say 70 or above, you're in overbought conditions. But for crypto, I think it's 90 or above is typically what you'll get. And then you'll get these cool down periods. And our RSI is now putting in lower highs here. We're at 66, but we're cooling down. So if we are to make it that next pop to the upside, we'd have room to do it because our RSI is not so overextended. And that's a key factor for us. I still have my overall alarm down here at 9,083. We drop below that, then something crazy is going on and it's not good. Okay. But overall, guys, right now you just have to be patient. You have to let this continue to ride out. If you're in long positions, long-term investors, is where you want to continue to let your positions ride, because the moving average are up, the trend is up still, and we just have to patiently wait to see if we're going to cool down for the next few days and potentially get that nice pop to the upside to get through $12,140. So if you get something from this, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.